welcome to ANZ Combined Racing League's return to the Endurance LMP and GT3 Championship. Here we are for the 24 Hours of Britain at the Silverstone GP circuit, and we have just clicked over to the qualifying session for the GT3 cars. They have the first 10 minutes on track solely for GT3 cars, and then when there's 10 minutes remaining, we'll have the LMPHs come out onto track. So we're just looking at Dado Racer at the moment in the number 6 K-Pax Racing McLaren, and he's the first one out there on track at the moment. And he's also got behind him, I believe, is the man that's leading this championship in Night Havoc. He's a little bit further off these guys actually in the team virtual drivers, and Night Havoc actually won the GT3 championship here at ANZ Combined Racing League in the open division, and as we said, currently sitting first in the GT3 class in this endurance championship. This is round 4 of 5. We've got one more round remaining at the Catalan what's the Catalan 3 hours? Catalan 6 hours, sorry. And that's going to be, I believe, either Saturday or Sunday, the 11th, 12th of December. So Night Havoc's just warming up his tyres, but we'll have a look at Dado Racer as he's now coming on through into turn 2, I think it is, turns 3 and 4. And see what he can do if he can get an early time in for pole. But one of the things that has been brought to our attention is since this in this endurance series, the pole sitter in each class has not gone on to win that race. So maybe it's a little bit of a hoodoo to grab pole. But I'll tell you what, Dado Racer has been in fine form lately, and he loves this long races. So we've got a 24-hour simulated race over 2 hours 25 minutes here on Xbox Project Cars 2, and we have got plenty to happen here. We've got quite a few GT3 cars. We've got the 6 of 6 cars entered here tonight out of the 8 entries. We're going to have 7, but one of the reserve drivers, just couldn't make it here to this afternoon. And with the LMPHs, we have got 5 of the 6 entries, so they're going to be looking pretty good. We're missing the number 8 Audi Sport Team Yost Audi R18 of Simo Racing 4. And we've got a reserve driver for Matty Seekin in the number 7 with J. Rudd B, and he topped the timesheets in official practice last night as well. But here comes Dado to complete his first lap. We'll see a sign of the lap time of the 2-minute point 1.26 for Dado, and Commander Jim, who's Night Havoc's teammate in the second of the team virtual drivers Porsche, has posted that 2:03, so we'll just maybe find if we can get into Night Havoc here as he's completing his lap in this number 12 Porsche, and see if he can get anything better as Weary Knight actually comes up into second position in the Bentley, the P51 Sim Sports, but that's been toppled now by Night Havoc. Only 0.7 of a second behind Dado Racer, a 2:02 flat. So a night qualifying, and I believe the track too, he's around about that 6 degrees. Ambient temperatures probably around about 4, so it's very chilly here. Winter's day to finish qualifying, a winter's night. And as we know, the Northern Hemisphere in their winter time, they don't have much daylight. So this 24-hour race is going to be predominantly run in the night. So it's going to test the drivers. They've always enjoyed the challenge at night. They're going to get it here for sure. with 2/3 of the running will be at night. So again, so there we go. We'll have a look at Commander Jim. He's in the number 14, the second of the cars. Currently third in the championship as well. 13 points adrift from his teammate Night Havoc. And we've got a reserve driver here coming in, XD Cookie, in the number 53 Notch Motorsport Ferrari, normally driven by Lolux 53. And we'll see what XD Cookie can do. Obviously, he's having some trouble. Maybe just trying to set a few things up on his wheel, mapping a few buttons, who's no, because as we said, he is a reserve driver. So he's got to get used to knowing the car. But Dark Lord, he's another driver. He's a driver in need. He's been in and out of the LMPH cars. And he has been a reserve driver. He always wanted to drive this BAM Esports 91 Porsche, driven normally by Devil X, and he's unavailable tonight. So Dark Lord decided, well, I've always wanted to drive the Porsche, and he's happy to jump into this 911 GT3R car and see what he's capable of doing with this Porsche. And he looked pretty comfortable in it during actually an unofficial practice on Thursday night, which times weren't recorded, but he seemed to be coming to grips with that Porsche. So we expect a big showing from maybe Dark Lord, if he can make sure that he always seems to be a driver that seems to get involved in a few little incidents that aren't his doing. He just gets caught out the wrong place at the wrong time. Looking doing a good job here at the moment. Trying to get a decent lap. We'll see what he can do. His first time lap. And he gets a 2:03.6, a little bit off the pace. So back up front, as Dado is now coming into the pits. He's all but done, so they finish with 10 minutes remaining. So there's only 1 minute 30 remaining. So if they cross the finish line, they can complete their lap. So Commander Jim may look like he's going to go again, but it's currently second in the timesheets for Commander Jim, but he hasn't been able to go any better. There's Night Havoc. Oh, he's lost the rear end, but if he gets it back together, he'll be able to still complete. He's got 1 minute 10 remaining. Dark Lord will be one that won't get another lap in, so this one will be his timed lap. So we may stay on board. With Dark Lord as the LMPHs will be getting ready to go within the next 50 seconds as they come flying through Maggots and Beckett's. Absolutely, the LMPHs absolutely set these that complex alight as he takes the big run down Hanger Straight. Very important to get a good turn in here up into turn 15 Stowe Corner. It's a bit uphill rise, uphill braking. But then it also sort of drops away on the exit as well. So very easy to try and use a bit too much of the track. They like to try and sort of exit mid-corner as he now comes on through the club and onto the starting straight. And let's see what he can manage if he gets better than a 2:03 into the 2:02s. Oh, so close, but fifth, so that's it. He's just missed being able to get another lap down. And XD Cookie is in that Ferrari, finishing the lap. Behind him, I believe, is Tim and Commander Jim. Absolutely flying on this lap. Might be compromised here on the exit out of Stowe. No, he's coming into the pit. So Cookie's obviously run wide too through into Vale. Turn 16, 17, 18 corners around here at Silverstone. as he comes over the line. He actually posted time into 2:21, so at least he's got a time up there. So that's that. Now we've got the big boys out, the LMPHs, and with a Logical Sports in the number 6, Toyota Gazoo Racing Toyota. They're the TS050s. And that's currently leading the championship as well on 24 points, 7 points clear of the number 2 Porsche. So he's obviously the man that's trying to cement this championship with this round and one more remaining. And Dark Racing 40 in the number 2. And this is also a car that Dark Lord has piloted as well throughout the championship. As we know that he's a Porsche man, he's in the 911 GT3 car. So we've got Dark Racing 40, 7 points adrift, and he's looking to see if he can get a better race result than what he did that last round at the California Sunset 5 hour, where it all just went wrong for him and he fell a number of laps down. So it just wasn't his night, but he won at Monza very convincingly by a lap as well. So he's definitely got some pace, and we'll see if he can extract that out of this car around here at Silverstone. Commander Cirrus is the another man as well in the second of the Toyotas, and he's currently third in the championship, 1 point adrift from Dark Racing 40. So there's a big battle here for a change of position, maybe from third to second for Commander Cirrus in the championship. And the Toyotas, they've both been working pretty hard together, but we haven't seen any times from the Porsches. As we said, Dark J. Rudd B, who's already posted a time on probably from his outlap in this reserve driver in the number 7 Audi Team Sport, Yost Team Audi, posted the fastest lap in official practice. And we'll see what he can manage here in the dark under the qualifying with their headlights ablazing. Because the time that they had during the official practice was obviously during the day, and his time that he did yesterday was a 140.699. So we'll see where that would stack up with the cars out here on track tonight. So just to argument's sake, Dado was a 201.344 last night in the GT3, so wasn't able to manage it in the dark with the cooler temperatures as well. The track a lot cooler than what the daylight. So Jay Rudd in a wow, he's just done a 139.480, so the fastest time that he has posted so far of the weekend, and puts it on pole. A mammoth 2 seconds in front of this man, a Logical Sports. But don't forget that the Logical Sports has a 7-point buffer in the championship lead for the championship, with 10 points for first and 6 points for second. So there's a 4 points difference from first to second, and then third 4 points you get awarded. So there's there's 6 points difference there. So Logical will be trying to cement obviously a top 3 position if he can tonight, and still go into the final round in the lead. But anything worse than third position could jeopardise his standing at the top of the championship. So 5 minutes remaining, and we're still waiting for the Porsche of Sato 15 to exit pit lane. They're obviously doing some final adjustments and seeing if they can get one last hot lap done, as Cirrus obviously is not going to be going hard on this lap, so we may just get on board of a Logical Sports here and take an opportunity to maybe see if we can ride on top of his car for a qualifying lap and see what he can do as he goes up a little bit past that previous lap. But let's see if he can manage to do anything better tonight on this. Probably he's got a couple more laps to do, but depending on his fuel level. just not too sure. So he takes that big run up to Brooklands, into Brooklands here, turn 6. As Weary's left the session in the GT3, so hopefully get that connection all sorted out as you go through Woodcote here. Now to the old starting straight from the old GP layout and into Cops. It's very, look at this, hardly lift off. They got the aero, these LMPHs, just put it straight through, and here we go. The exciting part through Maggots, turns 10, 11, 12, the Beckett's. This corner here, through here, very important to get a good run out of here. As you can see, he's had to just take it down a few gears and down the hanger straight. This is where we'll probably see some overtaking, especially of the LMPHs overtaking the slower GT3s out into Stowe, turn 15. Running just a little bit wide on exit, turn 16 Vale, and then the big double sort of apex for these sort of cars is of Club. You know, they sort of only straighten the wheel for a little bit before they start turning in for the final run down the starting straight, and that was a lot slower. So obviously a few little things not going his way. As J Rudd has posted a very nice time, nice and early. So Commander Cirrus obviously struggling a little bit as Darky. Out of the Sector 1 into Sector 2 going around Luffield. And let's see how he goes through. If he lifts just a little lift into Cops. Down a couple of gears, over the curb. That's unsettled his car. He's going to have to reset and see what he can do in this final lap, as Sato's still in pit lane. He doesn't look like he's going to be able to get a lap in. As Darky's now in the pit, so we've only got 2 cars of the LMPHs out on track. J Rudd looking good at the moment in pole in this Audi, and the Team Yost car. Number 7, doing Matty Seeking proud, and J Rudd will obviously be on the list here as well as a team driver. So they're obviously trying to do, apparently 4th in that championship as well. So a victory here will really spice up the championship going into the final round. But we've got a long way to go. We're not even in the race yet. And as we said, the pole sitters in all previous 3 races in this championship has not been able to go on and win the race. So is it something that he really wants, J Rudd? But being a reserve driver too, these things don't usually affect some of these guys, and he might just get on with it. But Logical Sports, he's going to get a final lap. He's up into Sector 1. He's down by half a second. So it's going to be a hard ask to see if he can do any better. And conditions aren't looking good for the race either. Well, obviously clear skies, but heavy fog. Oh, well, it's a fog on the last few nights as well. So there's a good possibility we're going to see that fog come in again. And that's going to challenge these drivers, especially the LMPHs, with their closing speed that they have, especially coming into Maggots, and especially trying to hit that corner, probably turn 11 after they make that first entry into the complex there at Maggots, trying to pick up that turn in for turn 11 to set you up for turns 12 and 13 at Beckett's, just through here. So it's going to be crazy for these guys. The LMP, and he's up 1.5 seconds almost on his best time. So this is going to be even better time by J Rudd B. So he's absolutely flying, the only diesel in the field as well. So there's going to be very fuel efficient to this car. No minimum stops in the race for the LMPH cars, but the GT3s must stop a minimum of three times during the race. But here he comes onto the pit straight, and Jay Rudd, I think we'll find, would have bettered his time and put this thing on pole with maybe a 38. Yes, he has almost a 37. Unbelievable time by Jay Rudd. And we're still waiting to find out if we're even going to have Weary Night come in as well. So we may just put it on hold for a bit until I get clarification that we're good to go. But J Rudd B in the number 7 Audi Sport Team Yost car is put it on the front row, and alongside him on the outside will be a Logical Sports, the championship leader in the number 6 Toyota Gazoo racing car, and then his challenger Dark Racing 40 in the number 2 Porsche. 7 points adrift in the championship, but he's obviously wanting to turn the tide from a dreadful run over in California at Laguna Seca not Laguna Seca, I mean at Long Beach. And he's in the number 2 Porsche racing team. And we didn't get Sato out in the number 1 at all to put a time down, but in 4th position on that grid will be Commander Cirrus. It had some struggles trying to get a decent lap out of that Toyota. A bit surprising, really. And so then we've also got now and Sato will obviously line up on the next row, on the 3rd row on the inside behind Commander Cirrus. And then the GT3's Dado Racer chasing down Night Havoc, 6 points adrift, but he's in that number 6 K-Pax Racing McLaren. And then Commander Jim, Night Havoc's teammate, so maybe he might be the wingman just to try and control the race a little bit and set Night Havoc up and try and see if he can ruffle Dado's feathers early on. And maybe even get in front of him and just try and control the pace of this race and get Night Havoc comfortable before he makes his charge. And as we said, Dark Lord reserve driver for Devil X in the BAM Esports Porsche 911. Doing a 203, we've got a little bit better pace, but more in the daylight, so we'll wait and see what happens. And XD Cookie coming in late notice to get into the Notch Motorsport car. They haven't had much luck all season, but anyway, we've got XD Cookie in that number 53 Ferrari, and we'll see how we go. And we've got Commander Cirrus in the commentary. How are you, Cirrus? Oh, he hasn't got his audio tick. He's just going to relay a message. Yes? We can restart, but we'll have to organise a qualifying, or what are we going to do there? Okay, we do that then. Have you got the results to organise that? Okay, well, I'll end the stream, so we'll be back very shortly, guys. Just we want to get to obviously the extra GT3 car in of Weary Night in the Bentley. So he's obviously sitting in the lobby, but won't be able to join this race. So we're going to have to quit this this session. So we'll get everyone to quit out when we hit the continue screen here, and we will start up a new lobby just for the race only. So we'll be back very shortly, guys. Hang in there. Sorry about that, but these things sometimes happens, but we want everyone to have a chance here in this round 4 of the Endurance Championship. We'll be back very shortly.